Hare Krishna, it's a worthy question, dear diagnosis. You put, I have another silly question. It is useful to pray for someone else, or do we have to pray for ourselves? Also, can one chant for another person, or can we only chant for our own shelter of the Lord? Please kindly explain this to me. Well, it's a worthy question. But there is a saying in Orissa that bhojana and bhajana one has to do for himself. Bhojana means suppose you are hungry. I will tell my dear diagnosis, you need not eat. I will eat for you. Can your hunger be removed in that way? No. Similarly, bhajan, you are supposed to chant 16 rounds. I will tell, well, you just be calm and quiet. I will chant for you. That won't cause any benefit to you. Had it been causing benefit, then Srila Prabhupada or in our parampara and the Lord himself would not have told that one has to chant prescribed rounds of holy name. Mahaprabhu used to say, who is non-different from Krishna, Krishna himself came as Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu used to say, one who doesn't chant, or said one who doesn't recite 1 lakh holy name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I will not look at his face. So that what does it mean? That means everyone has to chant for himself. Of course, there are some exceptional cases, but those are very rare. For instance, Narad Muni the Great could turn the ferocious bandit who used to kill the innocent passengers for the sake of maintenance of his family. He could turn him to be a devotee by strength, by dint of his purity. Narad Muni told him that the only way for you to overcome the reaction of the sinful activities by recitation of the holy name of the Supreme Lord Rama. A year after, when Narad Muni returned back to the planet Earth and saw this bandit disciple, he expressed his helplessness, saying, "O Gurudev, the word Rama is not coming to my mouth. He has committed so much of sin." So Narada advised him to recite in a reverse manner. So instead of Rama, say Mora. Mora, Mora, Mora. It automatically Rama name comes. And that is how he could turn to be one of the greatest sages of the annals of human history, the great Maharishi Valmiki, who could foresee the entire Ram Lila much before the advent of Bhagavan Sri Ram in worldly sense of the term. Similarly, Shyamananda the Great. There were number of Vaishnavas. Regularly they used to visit from Vrindavan, Mayapur and Dwaraka and from South India, etc. by foot to take the darshan of their Supreme Lordship Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan and Sri Sudarshan during Ratha Yatra. So there is a ferocious landlord who pretend to host the Vaishnavas. In the night he used to kill them and plunder all their belongings. That is why he has killed hundreds of them. It is said, if you commit offense at the feet of a pure devotee, pure Vaishnava devotee, then even your Bhaktimukhi Sukruti, which is indestructible, can be finished. Sriman Mahaprabhu, who is non-different from Krishna himself, in form of Mahaprabhu, has said that it is just like committing Vaishnava Aparadha is just like a mad elephant who can smash the garden of banana trees, banana plants. Similarly, committing offense at the feet of a pure devotee can even finish one's Bhaktimukhi Sukruti. But this man has killed so many devotees. But to his good luck, I don't know what was his prarabdha, when he met Shyamananda, Prabhu invited him with the intention to kill him in the night. Then when Shyamananda Prabhu, with the sheer of the truth, at the right time, told him, do you know what are you doing? And what consequence you have invited for you yourself? So the pure devotees, these words affected him, and he took shelter of the great Shyamananda Thakur. Then he could be delivered. So my Gurudev, even once Sivaram Swami has told me that Prabhupada once told that whoever will help me to construct a beautiful Radha Krishna temple at Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, which is very expensive. Prabhupada said, who will help me, I am taking the responsibility to take him back home, back to Godhead. So one young American sannyasi disciple of Prabhupada was inspired. So he struggled like anything. Brought marbles from Mexico, Italy. The temple was built, ordered in India for the very nice Radha Krishna deity, and during the instruction, Prabhupada had gone. But after Prabhupada left this planet in apparent sense of the term, then this young devotee was derailed. He was vigorously indulged in illicit sex, intoxication, only vegetarianism he could maintain, or else all kind of sinful activities he was involved with. As a result of which, he started suffering from AIDS. And that situation he was shifted to LA, Los Angeles of USA. But once this devotee struggled like anything and contributed significantly for the construction of Los Angeles temple. So the devotees had sympathy for him. So they housed him in the temple, and then the devotee started reviving his chanting once again, which has been stopped for long. And then when the situation was deteriorated health-wise, he was shifted to a AIDS hospital, and the devotee used to carry prasadam for him. He could take only prasadam. Then at that critical juncture, once just before the Mangalarati, the telephone was ringing in LA temple. So the devotee who held the phone, he was told by the hospital staff that this devotee had left the planet. So they all rushed to the site. And by that time, the mother of this devotee who left the planet, he rushed in his car to the AIDS hospital as well. So the devotee could hear the recorded voice of the one who left the planet, who was saying, "Oh Prabhupada, you are so great. I have committed so much of offense at you, but just to keep your words, you have come to make me free from the reaction of all these sinful activities and taking me back home, back to Godhead. How can I express my gratitude?" Then the lady, the mother of the departed soul, seeing the portrait of Prabhupada, she said, "Oh, this great saint appeared to me in the dream and told, well, you may be his biological mother, but he is my eternal son. I have taken him back home, back to Godhead with me." So examples are there, but those are very rare cases. Those are very rare cases. One cannot make it a precedent. I think yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw a WhatsApp news that Prabhupada has told to one of his elderly disciples, that he need not chant. He can only cook for Krishna and Balaram. And then sincerely he cooked for Krishna and Balaram at Vrindavan Dham. And when he became too old, he was incapable even walking or here. So he was there to distribute the Charanamrita to the devotee or whoever visits him. And some devotees have explained receiving Charanamrita from him brought them the spiritual sensation as if the spiritual current, undercurrent is going on in their body. Many devotees felt in themselves grateful by receiving him. So he left the body, and but those are very rare cases. Prabhupada has told to some devotee, or Sripad Prabhu has delivered that murderer landlord who pretend to host the Vaishnava, or the great Nazmuni could turn the bandit Ratnagar to great Valmiki Maharshi. Those are very rare cases. So from all this we can draw the conclusion that a pure devotee can offer prayer for others, and that will affect. That's a fact. But generally speaking, that one has to offer prayer by himself. For that he has to, what is the prerequisite qualification? Is the purity. My Gurudev used to say that without practicing the basic norms of Krishna Bhakti Yoga, if one speaks, that will have no impact, like blank fire. That is why one has to truly practice with unflinching faith, generally speaking. So in that way, you have to, one has to chant 16 rounds for himself, and one has to offer prayer. But you can offer prayer for others, because when a soul leave this body, mundane body, the devotees gather and just engage in Harinam Sankirtan, and that matters a lot for the departed soul. But those devotees should be pure devotees, which will affect. Otherwise, generally speaking, one has to. That is why Mahaprabhu told that one who doesn't chant 100 rounds, I will not look at his face. So, Prabhupada has told to this devotee, but to another devotee, who Prabhupada asked him, who was very, very industrious in rendering services, have you completed your rounds? Now, Prabhupada, I have completed 14 rounds, and tomorrow in the morning I will complete the remaining 2 rounds. Prabhupada told, no, not that way. Every day you have to chant 16 rounds. So, a pure devotee knows the heart of different devotee at different level. So, to whom they say, that should be properly understood, otherwise it may sound contradictions. So, that is why, generally speaking, one has to chant 16 rounds for himself, and one has to offer prayer for himself. And when he will be elevated, then he can also offer his prayer for others, which will affect. So to offer prayer for others, one has to be elevated to that level, like the great suggestions years of Vedic civilization Europe. They used to say, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukhanam. May everybody be joyous. May everybody be disease free. May everybody have the transcendental vision to see the truth. So they used to say it for the sake of everybody, and they were elevated to that level for which their prayer could affect to the whole world, every citizens of the world. In Orissa, it is very popular. It's a Ashtaprahara Nama Kirtana. Ashtaprahara means 24 hours of unending Harinam Sankirtan. It is generally done for the sake of every living entities. But those who are the performer, they should be the pure devotees with purity of heart and without any mundane motive. And if they That happened during the old days, but as the days in Kali Yuga advance on, so people are chanting Kastapara Namakirtana, but it is not with. We don't want to see fault in anybody. We should see fault in us. But that sort of purity that happened during my grandfather period is no more seen, or very rarely seen. So the conclusion is that to pray for others matters a lot, but one who prays for others, he should be a pure devotee. Thank you very much for your question. I think that helps you to understand. If not, you can ask me further because it is 12:40 a.m. in the night. I am going to take rest. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Gurudev. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gopal. Jai Jagannath.